guys, we're going to go ahead and go through your identifying 3D shape notes. So first things first, go ahead and put your name on your notes, just in case for some reason it falls out of your math notebook. And then go ahead and put your hour as well. Then I'm going to have you flip it open, and the first thing we're going to talk about is some vocab. Okay? First thing it says is solid figures can be classified according to the number of, you're going to put faces, edges, or vertex they have. A face is going to be that flat surface on that 3D shape. So right here I have a cube, right? But it's also known as a dice. So what's cool about a six-sided dice is it actually counts the faces for you. So this is a face, this whole front side, so that's 1. And then if you turn it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it lets you know that a dice or a cube has 6 faces. And then next we have an edge. An edge is a line segment where those 2 faces meet. So right here, this line right here would be an edge. So you've got an edge there, an edge here, an edge there, an edge there. Okay, it's where those 2 faces intersect. And then the last one we have is a vertex. And that's a point where those edges intersect. So that would be a vertex on the corner. That would be a vertex. That would be a vertex, and so on and so forth. Okay? So if we're talking about a cube specifically, a cube is a symmetrical 3-dimensional shape, either solid or hollow, containing by 6 equal squares. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and name that in our chart. Right there, we're going to write cube next to our picture. And the number of faces we've already talked about because we've talked about a dice, right? So you have 6 faces. We have 8 vertices, which is those corners where they meet. And then the number of edges, we have 12 for a cube. Once you have a cube filled out, go ahead and flip the page. And the next 3D shape we're going to talk about is pyramids. So the definition for a pyramid has one base that is a polygon, meaning it can be multiple shapes on the base, and we'll talk about that. And then all other faces are triangles. So what we mean by that a base can be a different shape is look at this picture down here on your chart. Example of pyramids. This one right here has a base that is a square. So we call that a square pyramid. Now down below, this is also a pyramid, but the base has a different shape. This base is a triangle. So we call that a triangular pyramid. Both pyramids, but they just have different bases, which is why they get a different name. On a square pyramid, you are going to have 5 faces. This bottom piece right here, and then the 4 faces that make the point. It also has 5 vertices and 8 edges. Remember, the edges are going to be those line segments, and the vertices are going to be where those line segments meet at the corner. A triangular pyramid has 4 faces, 4 vertices, and 6 edges. Once you have your examples of pyramids filled out, go ahead and flip the page. And we're going to move on to prisms. First thing we're going to do is fill in the definition for a prism. A prism is a solid figure that has a pair of parallel, congruent bases that are polygons. Its other faces are rectangles. So just like the pyramids, there are different types of prisms as well. So this one right here, if we look at the face and the base, that's going to be a rectangular prism. And then down here, if you look at this base, you can see that it's actually a triangle. We have one on both ends here. So we're going to call that a triangular prism. The number of faces on a rectangular prism is actually the same number of faces as it is on a dice. If you notice, it's just kind of like a stretched out dice. So there's going to be 6 faces. We're going to have 8 vertices, and we're going to have 12 edges. So if you notice, guys, that's the exact same amount of faces, vertices, and edges as your dice. On your triangular prism, you're going to have 5 faces, 6 vertices, and 9 edges. Once you have the examples of prisms filled out on your chart, go ahead and scoot your notes up. And then right here, you are just going to guess the 3D shape now that you have all of your notes filled out. So right here, because I'm looking at it, this is going to be a prism. I know that for a fact. But I don't know if it's going to be a rectangular prism or a triangular prism. So we have to look at the base. Okay? And I know it's rectangular prism. Right in the middle, that looks like a dice, so I know that's going to be a cube. Those are 6 equal sides, 6 equal faces. Over here, I know this is a pyramid. I'm going to go ahead and write pyramid down. But I need to look at the base to determine the first part of the name, and it has a square base. So I'm going to call it a square pyramid. Over here, I know this is also a pyramid. And so I'm going to look at the base. It has a triangle as a base. So I'm going to call it a triangular pyramid. And then last but not least, over here we have a prism. Looking at this face right here, I know it's a triangle, so we're going to call that a triangular prism. Once you have your notes completely filled out, go ahead and glue this back piece right here into your math notebook so it doesn't go anywhere. And then we have 2 more videos for you about faces, edges, and vertices that we'd like you to watch.